kurwa! Ja pierdolę, jakie bydle! Bober!
Us. Okay, now it's working, I guess. And we should have Cinders here too with us today. Are you here, Cinders?
Indeed, I am. Good to be here today. I'll hopefully cast a few games through with you.
Yeah, definitely looking for it. Chat, how is the sound uh, looking compared me versus Cinders? Is it balanced? I guess so. No one complains. So, welcome to the stream, guys. Thanks for joining in. Let's have some blast casting and watching some EU Pro Tour 2 games in the StarCraft Pro Tour EU Pro League. God, that name is one hell of a name to say. So let's get some games from that server, StarCraft Pro Tour EU Pro League, and the tournament Pro Tour 2. So, are you ready, Cinders? Today we have picked two
Yes, I am.
series. Uh, the one I picked was is the Satik versus Quim. So it's gonna be TVZ. We got to get to enjoy some TVZ action today, and the game Cinders picked is Wlad versus River. What's your take on that, Cinders?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. What did you say?
Any takes on the game you picked? Looking for it?
I've picked a PVZ in contrast to the TVZ that you picked.
Yeah,
And I've seen one of the games up until now, and there were quite some juicy storms over there, but I haven't seen the second game yet, so I'm also interested in what's going to happen.
yeah. Looking really forward for it too. So, without further ado, I guess we are ready to get on the game number one. Since that's why we are here. We are here to get some games. So, just give me a second to prepare the lobby for you, and we are ready to go. Let's see the correct game from here. All right, here we are. At the first match in the series, Satik versus Quim is going to be Polypoid. Really looking forward for this. Let's see. Wait, here's Cinders joining the lobby, so we can start casting this sweet series. TVC, everyone loves TVC, right? Really exciting matchup to cast today here for us. I've seen,
Well, it is certainly dynamic.
yeah, and as for the players, I've seen Quim games for a bit and actually played quite a few times against him myself too, and he's really solid turn player. So I'm really looking forward to this Quim being really solid, really nailing those builders and timings. So he can be one hard Terran to beat. So let's see what Satik can do against him. Satik
Well,
being,
now you got me interested, since
yeah,
maybe I'll also learn something.
and I haven't seen Satik games that much myself, but I heard from trustful source that he can be tricky one to deal with. So I'm really interested to see what happens here on this game. So let's get on with it. Let's see if our internet wants to run this properly. Do we face some issues here? Let's see. I hope not. Let's try. It's kind of laggy. Okay. Let's see how this co-casting goes. As we see, we'll seemingly run into some problems here. Lag-wise. Alright. Really sorry about this, guys. Let's see if we can
I'm
fix
still
this.
hearing you clearly without any glitches, although I don't seem to be able to put the latency any higher. Oh, alright, yes.
Yeah. Let's hope we can cast this not without too much lag. Hope it's gonna be alright. Internet really playing tricks for us today. Yeah, spawning on the top right corner, top left corner, or red Terran Quim, and in the bottom the blue Zerg Satik. So Cinders, TVZ, what's your take on this matchup?
As I said, it is a pretty dynamic matchup. Although it's probably the matchup I have most experience with. I do a pretty specific build as I go mech Terran, so I am interested in what Quim gonna do. Probably Bioterran as most other people, although I'm interested if he does something else.
Yeah, I see in Quim go quite a few times bio style, so let's see if that's the case today here too. And I'm really interested to see Satik, what he's going to do, what builder he's going for. As he could be a little bit tricky player sometimes. Let's see. So as for Zerg, seems like 12 hatch, right? Oh wait, yes, 12 hatch coming up from the Zerg and Terran. Going for a pretty standard opener, I think. What do you
Based on the
think?
fact that he's walling his front entrance, I'm guessing that is gonna be fast expand, although don't take my word on that.
Yeah, seems like a fast expander build for me. That's how it looks now. Doing some scouting here. Can't get through, decides to harass on this SCV a bit. Yes, there's a pretty standard well-patched opener from Zerg coming up. Only with spawning pool and gas. So far looks pretty standard on this side.
Bubr,
And yes,
kurwa!
just as we suspected,
Ja
it's a fast
pierdolę,
expand
jakie
immediately
bydlę!
going for the CC
Bober!
and empty supply.
Yeah,
I still don't see any other barracks or refinery, but that may just be because my own timing is a bit wonky.
yes, seems pretty standard. Refinery coming up now. A turn. So yeah, I think in this, I've seen this one builder where you do additional barracks with the expansion build, but it's not the case here. As for now, at least. Some links heading towards the turn base. Let's see if they can do anything here. This
Let's
wall
see. Oh,
looks pretty
Quim's
solid.
making an academy, top left corner.
Yes, academic going up, and 3 links lost in this poke attempt at the turn base.
I don't think that any Marines have been lost.
Yeah, I think so too. 4 Marines, now White Marines still standing. Expansion up for turn. Academy coming up. Engineering Bay. It's really solid, right?
Yeah, seems pretty solid timing. It will probably be finished by 5 minutes, so definitely a good build. Circus is starting a layer, most likely for the Mutas, although it does appear to be a little bit late if he wants to does that. If he wants to go into air.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I didn't quite
All right, they're
follow.
starting comms out and moving his Marines out. His 6 Marine push out no medic. Still 2 barracks. Well, still 1 barracks while making 2 others.
So yeah, there's
And of course, the Zerg starting to creep colonies together with Sunken.
yeah. So this is like
Yeah.
a little poke attempt here to see if you can get through, but 3 Sunkens coming up. Decides to move back without medics. Think even 1 Sunken could be too much at this situation. Steam was ready, I guess, but medics decided to stay back and just Marines went for a little
Oh,
poke.
well, what's that? Static's going immediately into Queen now.
Oh wow, okay, this is interesting. Okay, and we have evolution chamber. So could this be for Okinawa Spire coming up? I wonder what he's doing with his deck. This be
If I
for
recall correctly,
ultras?
2 Sunkens are enough to. 2 Sunkens are supposed to be enough to ward off the first attack, so there is a chance that this will be Crazy Zerg.
Yeah, yeah, I'm thinking about it. This could be for the ultras because there's evolution chamber
Also,
coming up.
immediately just going for the hive.
Yeah, definitely. Most likely, yeah, Carapace upgraded. Most likely just Crazy Zerg style, fast ultras out. So this is getting really interesting. Let's see how Tyrann will play for this. Does he get a hunch of this, what is going on in the Zerg base, or will he be surprised?
He did see the Queen's Nest via the scan. I checked real quick where the scan was. He is starting to make a factory, although for the rest I don't see anything of note. He's making a bunker, but still just sitting in his base. Up? Will
Some,
that be a move out?
yeah, with some fire bats, ready to tank some damage from the Sunkens. Definitely a Crazy Zerg
Moving
style
out to
here.
2 medics and 2 fire bats, while also making units at home. Jeez, that's a lot of Sunkens. Yes, that's definitely crazy, Zerg.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see how it plays out.
Aaron seems to be scouting for a third base that's at 6 o'clock instead of over here at
Yeah,
the
I think that's a great move if we can get
middle
here, and
patch.
if we can deny this base, could be a great move. Scan coming up, confirming that there's nothing.
Honestly, since he moved
Ooh,
out, that's probably the
we got
ooh.
burrow, but the scan it doesn't help. Getting this base down is really great move
You
from
will
the
turn
Terran here.
caverns for Satik. In the main, 2 ultra caverns at the same time.
Oh,
That's supposed to be normal.
um, I don't think this is quite normal. Like you usually you do it just one. I guess this is just to get faster upgrades for the ultras, double upgrade.
Yeah, I guess I myself also tend to do double armory as to get the upgrades
Yeah,
faster.
so this is gonna
So
be
it
really
is
aggressive,
quite possible.
really aggressive ultra style.
Immediately starts 3 ultras. Oh no, 4. Doesn't have the money for more.
Yeah, with 2 base, kinda hard. Not too much resources. As he lost the third here, makes it harder. But still, ultras really scary units to deal with. We have
In the
starport with...
meantime, Quim's starting a science facility and a second engineering bay. Also has already 2 starports with add-ons, most likely for what was it called? Science vessels.
Yeah,
I forgot what the name was. Also starting to expand at 12 o'clock.
yeah, vessels work really well against ultras. Getting those irridates really helps with these guys. So now, okay, now
This is going to be
Circus.
one hell of an interesting game if it drags on.
Yeah, Cirque retakes the third in hopes for additional resources. So this was
Zerg
really...
moves out of 5 ultralisks. Let's see if that'll be enough to stop that army over here.
Bubr, kurwa!
Well, I
Ja
think
pierdolę,
he'll
jakie
be
bydlę!
scouting that third that
Bober!
Quim's making. Yes. Oh, that's a shame. Trade is done. I do also think that armor, yes. The armor is also done. Then I'm also making a lot of upgrades at the same time while also producing siege tanks. I don't think I've seen siege mode, but it's most likely about to come up.
Yeah. Perhaps from the second machine shop has a little fight going on in
He's trying to
here.
take the third, gets ambushed by the ultras.
Yeah, they go hide behind mineral lines. It's really annoying for ultras to try to get here and bulk a little bit here, but it shouldn't be too scary. So Zerg cutting up this group, but his third got
It
delayed
appears
again.
that the ultras are unable to get in there, so the marine will just no,
Yes, I can tell
they do
this.
fit.
This is really annoying situation. When you are this heavy on ultras and he has some links here, but with only ultras it's really annoying trying to get in here and kill
Oh,
these marines.
Satik also started adrenal glands for Zerglings. I don't think he's made quicker metabolism yet. But adrenal glands definitely a good upgrade. When I'm off racing as Zerg, I also just do the crazy Zerg-esque style with adrenal gland Zerglings.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely helps with the DPS.
Oh, well, look at that. Quim made a drop shit. Are there also gonna
Drop
be drops
shit.
in this game?
Yeah, we got the drop shit right here. And quite amount of tanks too.
I
This is 3
don't think that
tanks,
one
vessels.
dropship with 8 Marines is gonna do all that much, but it is a good surprise factor, especially if you manage to get them into the main base.
Oh,
There's also absolutely just no anti-air, so
there's
now
blue
there is using
Scurtus
one stick.
meeting this.
Oh, yes, yeah, indeed. I just noticed them.
Yeah. So he saw it. Cannot do too
Yeah,
surprising attack here, and Ultras coming here to meet them. Looks really interesting.
Sadik also retaking that 1/3 and also taking the natural of the bottom right base.
Yeah, if he gets this up and running, it definitely help. Being on 4 bases, able to produce more.
Quim's
This,
also kind of floating on minerals with 3,000 minerals in the bank.
yeah, definitely a lot of resources, minerals for the Terran player. His army here, waiting. Okay, he's starting to move up and out a bit. So do we have...
Quim also moves the dropship onto the bottom right base. I also just received a message from Ronan via the Blizzard chat where he said that at this point Zerg should be taking all other bases.
Yeah, you definitely can take a lot of control with this style. Let's see how this fight plays out.
I'm macerating the Ultras, although his forces don't really stand a chance.
Yeah,
I
this
think a
one,
GG is
this
all.
battle goes for the Zerg. Now there's only few amount of Marines and okay, GG's called. Okay, so it came all down to this one
GG.
battle here. Decide the game. Really interesting ultra style, crazy truck style from the Satik with the double opener to get the upgrades faster. Really interesting. Nice game.
Yes, it was. Well, should we move on to the next one, or are we still gonna or are we still gonna comment a little bit about what was going on?
Well, let's move on to the next one. Sorry for the slow on my side. Picking up the right screen here to
Not a problem.
edit some stats from this game. So Satik taking the first game. So it's now 1-0 in favor of Satik with the really interesting Predator Exile. In the end, it only came to that one battle that decided the whole game, but it was really interesting to see.
Indeed, it was.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen in the second game. What does Quim has to offer in order to stop Satik? Yeah, the Ronin's comment. Yeah, sometimes I think yeah, Turks, if they want to really go aggressive with the defilers, they do dance, do defiler dance to get upgrades up and running faster, so you get Blake and Darksworm simultaneously faster.
Seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
I also recall something from PvZ that if the Zerg kills your initial forge, that you later make two forges at the same time to be at the same level of upgrades.
Yeah. Sounds about right. So let's see what happens in the game 2. Are you ready, man?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, let's roll the tape and see what happens in game 2. Satik versus Quim. DVZ.
This time on Radion.
Yes, the map is ready on. 4-player map. Pretty known map for by now. Been here for a while. And so spawning on the red. At the bottom right corner is our Terran player Quim. And the left, the blue Zerg Satik. See if we can get the latency more bearable. Sorry for this, wasn't prepared for this kind of issue where internet decides to say it's too much. So need to take a look on this. Next
It's
time
probably
when
nicer
Concasting.
outside where I live, although I
Yeah.
also sometimes have little problems with internet. But what are you saying? You can just continue.
Oh, sorry, we had a standby screen. Thanks for noting. Sorry for that. So here's the game for you guys. Glad you didn't miss really anything important. The beginning of the game just going on. Oh, running a stream sometimes. Hard stuff. A lot of things to learn. So yeah, let's see what these guys have planned for the second game. What will happen here? What does Quim decide to do this time? And what does Satik decide to do this time? So, as for Zerg, Overlord coming, so far, nothing different. And this Veteran, standard, right?
Quim also appears to be doing a fast expand, just like he did in the previous game.
Yeah, that's pretty safe opener to go with altogether, right?
Although I guess that if the Zerg goes 9 pool, you're just fucked.
With this build.
Yeah, because at this point you still don't even have barracks started, so if the Zerg manages to get a few Zerglings, then they can just kill most of your mineral line.
Yeah, definitely will hurt. So I think it comes to a reaction if you see like 9 pull, so you just need to react correctly in order to stop it from happening.
That's also why you're supposed to scout. I don't think that Quim has sent any scouts out yet. Maybe he'll send one after he finishes the racks, although there'll be a pretty late scout, who, as I'm myself used to scouts at 10 supply.
Yeah, the scout seems really late. You are correct. I've just noticed that. There's actually no SCV running around the map, seeing what's going on.
Alright, finish
Now,
with racks, and SCV manages to slip out. Also, immediately starts the CC.
so plastic sweats and builds coming up again for turn.
Quim manages to slip a drone in, although there won't be anything of note to see up there.
Yeah, drone scouting realized everything seems normal. Time to go back home until the Overlord overmind what he saw here. So Berserk 2, 12 hatch. Build looking pretty standard here. They're coming up. Doing more drones. Getting ready for. Let's see what sec this time. Is it gonna be Spire or maybe Den? Let's see what Satik has in mind.
I'm also immediately starting a Terran Academy over here at the very bottom of his base. Two links being sent out by Satik to scout. And already starting a sunken colony. Oh, this time Satik is going into a hydraulic den.
Oh yes, we definitely have a hardest thing coming up. So lurker opener, perhaps from Zerk this time. Let's
Most
see.
likely.
Yeah, let's see if Terran gets a hunch of this. So
I'm also starting an engineering tape. Pretty standard timing. Also immediately starts a comsat.
yes, concept coming up. So with that, you might be able to see it just scans the main. He will see this and will know what's up. Then I can prepare for it. So what is the standard behavior if you scout den opener? What is the reaction you need to do as a Terran?
I tend to not really have much of a specific reaction as in the build that I usually do. I go mech Terran. You just make a few more Goliaths if you can squeeze them out. But I guess that the most viable sort of action would be either making a second comp, which I see Quim doing, or taking up into starport and science facility to make a few science vessels to be able to see eventual lurkers. And also just noticed that the lurker upgrade is almost finished, so it's most likely a lurker starter.
Yeah, you can
And just
go. Just
few single hydras over there, making their way to the Terran base.
yeah, getting prepared on the position. If you mark them here,
Where the hell is the Terran army? Oh, he only made 4 Marines that went to a single bunker. Satik
oh,
already
so really
started
low on
3
army.
lurkers.
So what is Terran going for this? Hydra's really here to morph
He
into
is
lurkers.
already
Really
taking
short
up
way
into
here to
factory,
just
so
contain here. Looking really scary
also
from.
Satik immediately after making a Queen's Nest going into Hive again.
So maybe really a fast defiler to back up these lurkers
Easily.
here. Really aggressive style coming up. Let's see how Quim can hold up on this with
Lurkers,
just
I
few
think, just
marines.
barely outside of the reach of the turret.
Yeah, can definitely do some damage here, and there's not much Terra can do at this point. Factory coming up.
Alright, Quim's starting a machine shop on his factory. Very good. That siege tanks are quite possibly the only real counter against lurkers, at least from what I know.
Yeah, these are early stages for sure. Yeah, before you can get
Oh,
vessels out and stuff like that.
the lurkers are just barely in range of the bunker.
Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, I need to run back a
Ooh.
bit. So he got a nice contain here. These lurkers. Terran can't move out in a really long time until he gets siege tank with siege mode up. Let's see what's Terran is
Siege
doing
mode just
meanwhile.
started researching, also just starting to build 1 siege tank.
And the Defiler mount coming
In
up
the
for
meantime,
Zerg.
I was just about to. Oh, and we see a defiler then on Sadik's side.
Yeah, so definitely really fast Defiler to back up these lurkers here, as Satik doesn't have a third yet, so this could be a really aggressive style, trying to end this game right here, right now, as when the colors come out.
Oh,
Yes,
he's starting a third in the top left at the third expansion.
yes, backing this style up. So there's a backup plan for this, even though this looks really aggressive with
Sadik
so many
also just
wings.
stacking up at the starport, most likely for either some raids, which is highly unlikely, and what's more likely for science vessels for detection.
Yeah, really helps against this hold here, right here.
The final mount also researching consume.
Yeah, and the link speed,
Pretty
just
standard, at
finishing
least
up
from
for
what
the
I know. Oh,
links.
the links are also involving metabolic boost.
Yeah, so the speed just coming
Well,
up
he
on
tried
this.
to bum rush the bunkers.
Yes, this definitely gonna be a bust attempt, and let's see if there's defilers coming up, and consume is halfway down, so he's going for timing here as the defilers come here and just dark
It
swarm their
appears
way
to be
through.
so, although he retreats, and I don't think the timing attack will work since the progress bar is not even at the halfway mark.
Let's go almost done right now. Turn has few tanks here to back this up, but if he just gets the swarm here, it's gonna be a really tough situation for the turn, even with these tanks. Science vessel up. Oh, dropship! Instead of vessel, he's doing dropship.
Drop ships, eh?
Yeah,
Well,
10 vessels.
that's
So,
interesting.
what do you think he's going to do with this dropship? Does he go for a drop on the
Most
base or?
likely try to drop in either Sadik's main or his natural, since Sadik doesn't even have a spire yet. It's just about to get built. Where exactly? Oh, over here.
Move up coming from the Zerg now. Dark Swarm's ready, Lurker's moving out. Let's see what happens here. Let's Satik finish it here, or can Terran defend this? There's only a few Lurkers here. Shouldn't be too scary. I think all the defilers died. There's a new defiler
Quim also
here.
standing out to drop ship.
Yeah, drop. Heading for Zerg Natural as we have this battle
So
going
only
on in
loaded
the
with 4
turn
Marines.
base. Yeah, only 4. So we have 2
Link's
actions
just
going
about
at the
to
same
finish,
time.
so they'll most likely catch the 4 Marines. The drop ship.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Lurkers have got on the up of the ramp.
Oh yes, they have.
So let's see what
Although
happens.
from what I see, there are only 3 lurkers left.
Yes, and the color is low on energy, so he really needs to. This Link's coming out to maybe recover the energy of this defiler, so he can keep on going with this push. But if this cloud disappears now, it could be really devastating. As it happens now.
And there it goes.
So the lurkers will die now. As we don't have another Lord Swarm here. One lurker's standing here. But Marines just can't swarm. Yeah. Ooh, I think Terran just defended this, and now Zerg is in bad position. Yes. What does he have? He has this expansion here.
Not all that much, it seems. Oh, he's just started an Ultralisk Cavern again.
Ooh. So he is really trying to transition into Ultras after this really aggressive.
Be so.
Almost like all in Lurkerling defiler play.
And also managing to fully get rid of all lurkers within his base.
Yeah, Terran is feeling really safe right now. Defended. Ooh!
Ooh!
Some lurker mice. Oh, some damage here.
Right into 2 lurkers.
Yeah! 7 and 3 kills. 10 kills total for these 2 lurkers here. Keeping the Zerg in the game. Because now, Terran doesn't have that much.
There is a high chance that Quim doesn't do that because he doesn't know the state of the army in which Satik is in. Although, based on how little units Satik has, I myself would have expanded to the 3rd just to be able to have a little bit more minerals. Even though Quim still has 1,000 minerals in the bank.
Yeah, they both have bank to produce some. So the Ultra Cavern is ready. Satik going for another attack here.
Although still no upgrades from the Ultra Cavern, at least from what I have seen. Also, just immediately already 2 lurkers.
Yeah.
The Purge also got caught by the Marines.
Yeah, it doesn't look too great for the Zerg. These vessels. Needs a lot of stuff right now. Oh, some ultras coming up now. Do we have upgrades
also
for them?
Also the Ultralisk Carapace upgrade just started.
Yeah. I don't think... Did he do upgrade on the evolution chamber or not? No, because there's 0/0 upgrades. So it's gonna be...
Yeah.
The ultras won't have upgrade.
Quim trying to expand at 12 AM.
Yes. Ooh, the view. Ultras that go out
Quim
will
really
be.
nicely
Yeah,
irradiating all of Satik's units.
yeah. Terran can just like camp here, reinforce. Maybe later.
Oh, this seems like a pretty close game. Will we have a third one from this series?
Yeah, seems pretty close. Yeah. Let's see if Terran can finish this off.
Oh, and another dropship, this time into the main.
This time it's fully loaded with few medics too. So let's see if these ultras can fit here. No links here, so this could be. Drones need to run back.
Tanks at the front of Satik's base also just splattering any and all lurkers. Oh jeez. There were still a few left in the shadows. Also,
Oh
Quim
shit.
just expanded onto its third.
So Terran has now 3 mining bases versus Zerg getting up fourth behind all this action that is happening
Quim also
here.
seems to be very fond of the drop. This is the third one already in this series of games.
These ultras with solid little upgrades, not that great, not that strong. It can easily clear them out.
Also, still no drones mining from the mineral patches in the Satik's main.
And really little
I
drones
think he
here, only
forgot to
5
refill it
drones
after
here.
the drop game.
Yeah, only 5 drones here. This is looking nice. A few drones here, so not that much mining. Let's see if they can push here now. A lot of forces coming out here. Marines, tanks. Terran. Quim trying to finish it now. Let's see if he manages to do it.
Let's see if this push will work out. Especially with these lurkers morphing here at the front. I think that those lurkers will single-handedly be able to stop this push if they manage to come out and do
He
some real
needs to
damage.
swarm them. They're really vulnerable alone. I think not looking too great for the Zerg. Sorry for the
No,
red
not
guys.
really. I think a GG will need to be called.
Yeah, pretty soon I think. Terran is pushing through both main and natural, not really mining. One single Ultra here, defending the third. So yeah, this is what can happen
Absolutely getting
after.
splattered by the tanks.
Yeah, so this can happen after you go really aggressive with ultras on lurkers early on. When you
Yeah, I
sacrifice
can
some
imagine.
macro, it can throw back at you like this. Hard to recover.
Oh, the Scourge also managing to catch two of the unguarded tanks battle. And Quim moving in for the killing move. I think
Yeah.
when he'll kill this hatchery, then GG will be called.
Yeah, this can be close to complete if Terran manages
Tank
to.
battle is also just doing a very good job of irradiating the ultras. Just generally high priority target.
Yeah.
Single
While
ultra
we're
also managed to
getting,
get into the siege tank line.
there's not much. Oh, even move out on the here on the
Oh,
fourth. This will hurt a lot. Oh my god, the
yeah,
drones
12 o'clock,
die.
there's also a drop.
Hurts so much to see that. I felt that on my Zerg soul. So
Yeah, I don't think that Satik has any real chance of winning this game anymore.
yeah,
Not with what just went on over here.
the odds for him to win is getting really thin here. Trying to do something with this small army here, but
Oh,
Tyrant just crashing through.
Satik's entire army being wiped out. I think that this is the point of no return.
Yeah, there's that much left for Satik. Only one mining base with some tech standing up. This could be ending soon. Let's see if Terran is going for the finishing move here on the third. Sumling, some Ultra still defending. Sunken still defending. Few Hydras here having a break from the action, deciding that we are not going to take part on this.
The Ultra is also just getting absolutely splattered by the Siege tank.
GG
Yes,
Gold.
GG is called. That was a very engaging game.
Yeah, really
I think we'll have
interesting.
a third game to watch.
At some point, I was really sure that Satik is going to take the game with the Lurker Wing Bust with Defilers backing up.
Yeah,
But
I was also pretty certain. I didn't
Quim,
expect Quim to save that.
yeah, Quim defended really well and managed to come up and win the game. Really cornering Zerg. Was little Zerg could do in the end. Really nice game, really nice series, because we have now series Satik versus Quim. Both playing really well. Really nice games. Really
Yes.
lovely to be able
Now
to.
then, shall we move to the third replay?
Yeah. Really lovely to be able to see how this ends. Who's gonna take it? Who's gonna win this series?
Well, it's definitely gonna be an exciting finale
Yeah,
of
I'm
this
really excited. I'm really
series.
looking forward to see the third game. What's gonna happen there? See, I will.
Right, I'll also be back in a few seconds. We're just gonna do something real quick.
Yeah, no hurries. We can wait a bit. So I prepared the third game to be ready to go. Let's wait for Cinders to come back, and we are going to see what happens at the game 3. How is this series going to end? Really great series so far. Let's have a drink meanwhile. Cheers. Thanks for joining for the stream and watching this with us. I hope it's pleasant to watch and you are enjoying yourselves here in this lovely Wednesday evening. The replays are lacking a bit. I think it's some internet
there I am.
latency issues, but okay, welcome back, man. Welcome back. So are you ready?
Just went to fill up my cup of water again.
Yeah. Keep those cups filled. Drink too. Something else than water. Keep me concentrated on the matches. Are you ready for the game 3? Are you ready to see what's going to happen on this last game between these two?
Yes, I am. I'm also very interested.
Yes, let's see who takes it all. Is it going to be Satik? Is it going to be Quim? Terran or Protoss? Who's going to take it all? Now I just need to figure out where is my OBS. Here it is. Now I can switch the screen and we are ready to go.
Alright, the last game is gonna be on Deja Vu.
Yes.
Let's see how it turns out.
Deja Vu, the blue perfection. I really like this map for some reason. I think it's really great 4-player map. Really lovely. So these two being
I
around.
have some pretty fond memories. I remember that I won my first PvP on this map, so
That's a thing to remember.
yeah, it's
Great
definitely not bad.
memories. Right, here we are. Soon we will get the game not to lag too much, but meanwhile, on the bottom right side is the red Terran player Quim. On the left side, the blue Zerg player Satik. Let's see what happens in this game. Do they go for something different or do they do the standard openers again? I'm really interested to see if one of these players, or maybe even both, try to go for something sneaky or cheesy or something like that here.
Well, it is the final game of the series that will decide the winner. So it's definitely a prime opportunity for cheesing.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe both or even one of them must have in mind at this point that maybe it works. Maybe I go for something cheesier. Let's see. It's a interesting thing that the replays can lag too. So Terran depot coming up. Okay, we have earlier blue here for Zerg. This is
Yep,
6 pool?
an
6
8
pool?
pool.
8 pool.
Possibly.
I mean, he has.
I honestly didn't look. It's quite possible that it's a 6 pool.
Yeah, I think it was 7 pool. It was 7 pool.
Yeah,
You can correct me in the chat, but maybe.
Yeah, I also think it was 7 pool.
Yeah, 7 pool. You can correct us if we are wrong. Okay, we definitely have something else coming here. So Satik deciding to take the lead here with a different build.
Quinn will manage to scout the 7 pool, I think.
Yes, he's coming now.
Although with the type of build he's doing, I still think he'll be in deep shit.
So yes, he's going for the standard walling. With expansion in mind perhaps. Oh, he gets a drone here. Pool is now complete and
nice.
Links are ready to pop out. So yeah, definitely 7 pool, really scary opener. But also the thing about 7 pool is that you can, if things go sideways, and you don't even have to always be that all in with this build, because it's good build to have like a backup plan in mind. You can just go for the macro.
The 6 links having already moved out of the main base.
Yes.
Quim blocking all of the possible entrances and also immediately starting marine production.
Yes. Quim is getting ready for this. He knows what's coming. He knows the links are coming.
Let's see if he'll hold.
SCVs.
Satik also just continuously making links.
Yes, and preparing hatchery with one drone.
I do think that this will be a 7 pool all in.
Most likely with additional hatchery.
I don't think the marine will manage to get out in time.
Yes, this definitely all in. Just links coming. You already got here on the natural area, so.
Oh, he has a bunker in his main. I didn't see that.
Yeah, this is great play. Definitely going to slow this push a bit, but
Also,
As more and
Satik
more links we'll
making
get
a
here.
second base.
Yes, you can
It
definitely
definitely
do with
does
this.
appear
If you go 7
on the
pool, you
back
will
foot.
have extra resources. So Terran really preparing here. SCVs bracing themselves. Ooh, let's see.
Static needs to start preparing that bunker.
Yes, this bunker is keeping him alive.
Although almost all of his SCVs are killed.
Yeah, not too many left. 3,
Yes, I do think a GG will
5.
need to be called. With reinforcements from Static still coming in, I don't think that Quim will be able to win. Oh?
Yes, definitely looking really
Alright, he's
Zerg
one of
favorite
the
right
first
now,
attack.
but there's 7 SCVs right
Definitely
now.
is.
8, 9, 7.
Well, to be fair, Static only has 5 drones, so it's not much better over there.
Yeah. The downside of all-inning is that you don't really have that great micro to back it up. So you need to do a big decision here. Do you continue with this aggression, or do you perhaps try to go for macro? And I
Static
think,
making another group of links trying to attack the bunker. Although this time there are 3 marines in the bunker, so there is quite a big chance that he'll be able to block this attempt.
yeah, but you can definitely defend this. So Quim standing his ground and defending this 7 pool all in quite nicely.
Oh, we are almost at the 5-minute mark, and we're just about halfway into the replay, so there is quite a big possibility that the replay won't be longer than 15 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. And Zerg is now rolling
It's a
up.
game with either a timing attack or a different kind of Rye.
So let's see what Zerg decides to do with this gas. Do we get a lair coming soon? Yes, lair's coming up, so Zerg doing drones
I'm trying
and
to move
taking
out
up.
with 6 marines, or at least moving them to a different position. What is possibly a counter timing attack?
Yes, I think Turns definitely should do something right now as he stopped the Zerg.
Static also just immediately starting the creep colony.
So the game is stabilizing here a bit.
Terran's making an academy. I have a feeling that this is gonna be a 2-racked academy run. Zaraz, kurwa! Nie widzisz, że coś robię? Fuck. Oh, sorry for that. My sister just came into my room.
Kurva. We always need that Kurva in our life. So yeah, you're saying that maybe Terran is going for a little bit timed steam push here and try to maybe end this game before Zerg can macro up
Yes, I do
too
have a
much
feeling
here.
that that's about to happen.
There's a lurker aspect coming up on this den, so
Oh,
Zerg is switching to lurker play. So yeah,
Static also immediately starting the sunken colonies as to catch the marines. The marines also turn back, knowing that the sunkens are probably about to be made.
yeah, pretty nice move for Terran to make Zerg use some resources here.
Academy also just researching Stim and a Comsat is on the way. And I think Quim's about to make an expansion.
So we are getting into phase 2 on this game. Both players.
I actually don't
growing up.
remember in the bracket who won, so this is actually going to be a really
Yes.
gut-wrenching experience to see who's going to win.
Yes, of course. We don't know who is going to win this. It's going to be really exciting to see.
And Quim scans the main, sees the Hydra that most likely gonna expect lurkers.
There I'm doing a bit move out here.
Pep. Oh, dziękuję. No.
Lurkers morphing. Sir getting ready to create this army of Terran here. That's basically all army.
Satik also starting Queen's Nest, but at least starting, having already started, so halfway done.
Yeah, at this moment, this is quite almost all army Terran has at this moment, so
So
we
an
need to be
evolution
careful.
chamber starting up in the top of the expansion.
Terran going for it. But Zerg, ready for this. I don't think Terran can do much here. With this small
Let's
army.
see who wins this engagement. Although I do think that in the position that they're in, Satik has a much higher chance of winning. Even if he manages to bust through the lurkers, there are 3 sunken colonies and possibly a 4th on the way.
Oh, big hit! Almost missed that. A big hit on the dying lurker.
6 marines getting obliterated in 1 lurker shot.
Yeah, that's so cool. He was dying and decided that he's taking some marines with him. So I think at this moment, as Terran doesn't have
moving a few lurkers into Quim's base.
Ooh! Where did these ones come from? Must have moved them from here as Terran was battling.
Well, Quim was chasing those 2 lurkers on the bridge. These 2 went via the top into Quim's base.
Yeah, really nice move out there.
Quim doesn't have any detection except for a combat.
And soon he will have energy for 1 scan, but that's it. Only 1 scan, 2 lurkers, no army, 4 marines, 3 marines and 1 SCV in the bunker. Tank coming up.
Well, he has 5 marines standing in front of his base, although I don't think he'll be moving them anytime soon. Oh,
Yeah.
the lurkers going straight into the base. Oh! The turret is about to get started, although in the wrong place.
Looking pretty bad for the Terran right now.
The lurkers targeting the combat as, so there will not be any scanning.
Yeah, if he can destroy this, it's gonna be big trouble for Terran. What are these SCVs building here?
I have a feeling that if he manages to destroy this comsat, a GG is gonna be called. There's simply no detection for anything more to be done.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh!
Oh! Even taking some marines down. Now the SCVs and tank. Oh! Really looks really bad for the Terran right now.
Well, there is nothing more to be done on that side.
Yes.
Satik also morphing 4 more lurkers in his main.
Yeah,
The lurker got defeated. Well, didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah, Zerg's definitely having more stuff coming out. Random set coming, yes. So Quim decides it's not
A
over.
single
He's going to
worker
try.
moving out.
And start doing.
And Satik starting an Ultralisk Cavern again.
He really likes Ultra Caverns. Who doesn't? It's like the coolest unit in this game.
Oh, it's
Ultra
not a
Lisk.
bad build.
Yeah. Worker play into Ultralisk is really viable option. You can just delay the game, delay the turn on his base, and meanwhile get Ultra covered up. It's a really good plan.
And it works also most of the time.
Yeah.
Though the rep appears to just about end.
Yeah, I don't think. Okay, there's 2 sheet
Oh, I
tanks,
see
but
a pretty
there's
big. Well, not to say big,
no.
like it's just a control group.
There's little to nothing. Only 2, 3. Now 4 SCP is mining, so the income for. Okay, GT is called. Yeah, the income was
And
so
the
low.
GG is called.
For Terran to continue the game, so really exciting. It was really interesting game too. But Satik
Yes, it most certainly was.
taking it down with a 7-pool opener and managed to recover after it was stopped and finish off Quim. Really interesting game. Nice stuff. Well played from both of the players. Really interesting, really
Indeed it
great
was.
series, I think. Really
I have
entertaining.
nothing more to add to that. That's described very well.
Yeah.
But well then, shall we move on to the next game?
I think we're gonna have a little break until we before we start the next series, like 10 minutes, and we can continue with the
Sure,
next
sounds
series
good.
after that. Yeah. So let's have a like 10-minute break, and after that we're gonna see Wlad versus River. The next series coming up. So I'll see you in a bit.
Yes.
Bubr, kurwa! Ja pierdolę, jakie bydle! Bober!
Return. Okay. Hello, microphone. Activate, please. Hello. Welcome back. We are ready to continue our cast on the Pro Tour 2 of the StarCraft EU Pro League. Are you here, Cinders?
Yes, I am, and I'm ready for the next two games.
Yeah, let's continue. Are we ready? Yes, I see. I just sorry for not following the chat that actively as I'm casting. I see there was some issue. Someone wanted to join the EU Pro League, and my bot, Nightbot, just blocked the invitation link. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's there because I don't want some random bots come to the chat and spam some weird links here. So I'll take a look at it a bit later, see if I can change so some links can be sent, but maybe it's better that you don't try to send any links for now. So I don't want anyone to get banned. Sorry about that. I'm still learning this. This is my second stream in my lifetime. What is correct? Him
For
or
me,
her?
it's the first.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me. It's really pleasant to have you here and fulfill the stream. The casting is much better to have someone with additional information on the games to fill the commentary. So thank you very much for joining me. Give a big one for Cinders for joining me, guys. Thank you, man.
Two heads are always better than one.
Cheers. Yeah, the more the merrier.
Indeed.
So, are you on strict timetable? Should we continue? I have all evening, but I don't want
No,
to
I'm
keep
not.
people.
I'm also have all evening.
Yeah, that's nice. I was stuck on this question right here in the chat. I guess you can figure that out in the chat. But which phrase is correct on that one? Glad to have some chatting on. Really nice. Thank you guys for joining. Okay, without further ado and more talking, let's get on the next game. Let me host replay here and we can continue with your series. So the last series versus Satik versus Quim ended up Satik taking it with 2-1 with a really aggressive 7-pull opener on the last game after two really solid longer macro games for both. GG's for these guys and very well played from both of them. Really interesting series. So now we are going to enjoy some Wlad versus River, which is Wlad is a Protoss player and River is a Zerg player. Both very, I'd say, skilled players. I think they both are above. They are like, I don't know their exact ranks, but I think they're really skilled players. Do you know any of these guys, Cinders? Do you have
Well, the
anything to
games
say?
should be pretty interesting, as these two games were picked from the quarterfinals of the Pro League, so it should be pretty interesting, at least in comparison in skill level to the previous two games.
Yeah, they both made the quarterfinals. So that already tells us they're really good players and they managed to climb up the bracket all the way to the quarterfinals in the tournament. So the Pro Tour tournament has it's pretty standard tournament where you have winners and losers bracket. Every time you play best of 3 against each other, if you lose, you go to the losers bracket, and still you have the fighting chance to win it all. And if you win, you stay on the winners bracket. So these guys, I think this game is from the winners bracket quarterfinals. So both players up until this point just kept on winning, destroying their opponents. So both players really strong, and I'm really excited to see what happens here. So without further ado, the game is up now. You can join me. Cinders.
Yep, I just found it. I was just
Nice.
looking at the stream in the meantime while you were talking a bit.
Yeah, sorry. I like the Solog, it seems. Sorry about that. um,
That's right. I also like that a bit.
yeah, talking is fun.
Just as I'm being a bit more silent, as this is your stream, and you're talking the most over here, so I'm just letting you do your thing.
Yeah, I don't know yet what my thing is, but I guess I figure it out on the go. But yeah, thank you for joining me on this cast, and let's see what happens. The first game versus Flat versus River. Here we go.
A relatively new map, Polestar.
Yes, it was. It's the map on the newest ASL. Sorry for not giving that much introduction of the maps, but yeah, this is one of the newer maps introduced recently. Four-player map. I don't have that much experience of this map, but as a third player, I like it. I've learned to like it. So, I'll let you introduce the players. Go ahead.
In the bottom left, as the red Protoss, we have Wlad, and at the bottom right, as the blue Zerg, we have River.
Yes, let's get it
This
on.
is the game that I have managed to watch before the casting, and I know that there will be some pretty juicy storms over here. The game
Nice.
is the game will last about 20 minutes, and hopefully it'll be action-packed enough for everybody else.
Yes, sounds really good. Juicy Storms sounds like something Protoss would definitely do in CVP. Don't we all love storms? Not overpowered or anything like that. So let's see if we can get our
Slight balancing issues.
if we can get the replay run a bit smoother. Yeah. Here we go. Sorry for the lag on these games. I think the internet doesn't agree on co-casting that much, but we don't care about that. We will run the replay anyways. So yeah, CVP. Protoss already doing a balance. So my uh, take on this is I think for
Vlad
Zerg.
over here going into a. Come on, build it.
So here as a
I
Zerg
said it a
player,
bit too quickly.
sorry.
I said it a little bit too quickly, as I expected him to build it a little bit sooner.
Ah, yeah, I
But
see.
Vlad over here is going into a Forge Fast Expand.
guess.
Come on, build fort.
With
Yes,
words,
there
it's
it is.
gonna be words. It's always at this moment, is it gonna be gate? Is it gonna be words? So this time it was words. So first, words, West expand, probably coming up right here from Protoss. So a Zerg player, it's these days it's pretty common to go what River is doing here, which is overpull into. Most likely he's going to do a hatchery after this. So overpull into hatch is the way to go as a Zerg in this matchup. It's really common. If you go over the standard game, you do overlord, pool, then hatch. And usually, as we see here, Probe is trying to harass and even does this nasty trick of putting pylon here to delay the building of the hatchery for Zerg. So now Zerg has to think of what he wants to do. Does he want to do a hatchery here or just somehow deny this, do it here? But River here decides to take hatchery on the third location, ignoring this harassment.
Wlad also starting to make a cannon.
Yes. One cannon.
Although still no gate.
Yeah, he has, I think he's going to do Nexus next, but River harassing a bit, so
Yeah,
now Protoss is floating a bit on minerals. Let's see what he does with that probe. So this pretty nice play from River harassing this probe.
and the cannon
Delaying the
finishes and
Nexus.
drives the drone off.
Yeah, but I think it was really valuable what the drone did here. Delaying the Nexus. Really nice play. Meanwhile, Zerg getting
Yes.
his natural up. So he's on 3 hatcheries now with 2
And the third at the same time.
Looking really
Also,
standard.
Vlad's starting to make his gateway.
Yeah. So I think in this opener you do the ports first, then Ganon, Nexus, and then gates. But it was just a bit delayed now for the drone harassing it. And for Zerg side, taking gas. So now we need to wait. Does he go for the macro way and does this extractor for the Spire or layer upgrade? Or does he try to go for some sort of 973 or some other Hydro Bust? So let's see. Pro blocking the way so Lynx cannot get in.
Vlad also starting a cybernetics core while the assimilator is almost done building.
Yeah, I'm not, even though I have played a lot of CVP, I'm not quite familiar how exactly Protoss does the build order, but I think this looks pretty standard. Nexus forts.
Honestly, of all races, Protoss is the race of which I know the build order is the least.
Yeah.
So Vlad starting off with making 2 zealots, one already being done.
Yeah. So he maybe does like 3 zealots or 4 initial zealots to either stay here defending base or maybe try to do a little move out on the Zerg, trying to harass his expansions a bit. Let's see. Looks pretty standard from both players, as Zerg does the Spire.
Yeah, it
so
does.
This is Spire macro opener from the Zerg. Later we will see if this is gonna be for just with Scourges or is he going to back it up with some Mutas to get a reaction from
And
Protoss.
Vlad is starting to make a Stargate, while also moving his 2 zealots out.
Yeah, it's a really great idea to move out with some zealots to get Zerg to be on his toes, so Zerg doesn't get to macro up too quietly and too peacefully.
And he also started a Citadel of Doom.
So this could be maybe can go for like timed +1 attack or just for the by Templar tech. Let's see. Usually what brothers like to do with World's Opener is to get go for this +1 Zealot time attack. Let's see if that happens here.
The zealot's sitting on the ramp, doing quite a few lanes.
It's a perfect amount of circlings to deal with this. Nice amount. Nice reaction for Zerg. Just the perfect amount to deal with these initial zealots. Sometimes you can maybe overmake the lings. If you see a zealot move out, sometimes you overreact a bit and to make too many zerglings, which slows your economic play a bit. But this time I think this is like
Also,
very
Wlad
good
also
control.
having had a 2 gauge and almost finish a Corsair. There it is.
First Corsair out from the oven, ready to scout on the base and maybe even get a kill on Overlord View, as the Spire is almost complete, so I don't think this Corsair gets too much done. Maybe kill this Overlord. But that's quite what he can do here, as the Spire is now complete. And Scourge is already on the way.
And the Templar Archives just finished on Vlad's side.
Yeah, so seems like a pretty standard Broth's opener. Getting the Templars ready with some Zealots. More gateways.
Storm also being researched in the Templar Archives. From what I know, is indeed pretty standard.
Yes, you can't leave without the Storm. That is like something you need in this matchup.
Well, with how much Zerg units you can kill with one Storm, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, usually they kill way too many. At least from my experience on this matchup. So we are getting up to 5 hats from Zerg side. Already
Alright,
nice.
Vlad starting to make High Templar, and I see a Dark Templar in the gateway. Yes, it just finished up. Let's see
Oh
what he'll
yes.
manage to do with it.
Circus knows now that there's a doctor on the field, so Sir can prepare for that to interrupt it from doing any damage. Prevent these lings. So far, pretty good looking standard EVC going on. All doing the stuff these races usually do in these games. Hydra's coming. Corsair getting chased. Upgrade coming for the Zerg. So Protoss preparing the High Templar to be ready to storm some Hydras. Let's see when Zerg
Also
decides to move
researching
out.
the Kaedarian Amulet for plus 50 energy on the High Templar.
Start to be some Hydras here on the field. Dark Templar scouting around, seeing there's not fort.
So, Inso, you're a Zerg player. Do you know why River sent a single drone in front of Vlad's base?
This is
It's
interesting
not even
question.
doing anything, it's just sitting there.
This is interesting question. Maybe the drone wanted to attack the base and end the game. Don't think there's quite that big of a reason why it's there. It's hiding behind the aurora. Let's see what's this all about. Maybe just scouting. I don't know.
Vlad also just having destroyed the way blocking act for units move out.
Yeah, because the goons tend to be pretty bad, so to say. So they need a lot of room to move out from the base. Sometimes.
I just got a message that said that the drone is containing Protoss.
Yes, it's
Most likely as a scout, although I'm not exactly sure how.
That is a brilliant way to contain Protoss. Protoss can't move out as long as the drone is here. Really strong drone right here. Containing the whole army of Protoss. Who needs hydras or lurkers when you have a drone to do that? Really nice take on the chat.
I speculate that the drone was just for scouting to see a move out.
Yeah, but in the other end there was an overlord to do that too, so really want to know what the purpose of this was.
That also finally starting an observatory.
Some weirdos trying to snipe out some high templars. Storms making the whole game lag.
The Hydra's getting sliced up by the Zealots.
There's still plenty of army for the Zerg to try to stop this. Let's see if the Protoss can get and do something here on the third. There's 2 High Templars standing. 1 Storm. Protoss preparing to take the third.
And Protoss is also starting to roam a bit with their army. Probably to catch some out of position Hydra groups.
Yeah, looking a way to deal some damage. Third is pretty well positioned here. Can't do much here. Maybe he wants to try attack the natural here.
There's a relatively big engagement going on. The Hydra's getting flattered by Storm. Ooh. Just having absolutely massacred most of the Zerg army.
Yeah. Protoss now needs to move back. There's no storms to back this up. Goons alone without storms are really fragile versus Hydras. Now there's a few Hydra's ready to storm these Hydras. And boy does it hurt.
Ooh.
Nice dodge. Clearing out these few Hydras here. Zerg maybe preparing for fourth here.
They're also planning to take an expansion at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, backing it up with some Hydras, killing the Dark Templar. One more Hydras popping up from this X. Love to see that. So now there's like 4 Hydra's. 4 Protoss right now,
Also slowly Hydra's are being morphed into lurkers. Currently, there are 6 on their way.
Sparking up. This event. Cross marching here, seeing, taking control of this
Vlad's also just
middle position.
sitting in the middle of the map, not really doing anything.
Yeah,
Though he
just
finally has
controlling.
an observer, probably because he expected the lurkers.
Yeah, you should expect that at this point of the game. So now we are on the kind of waiting stage of the game, seeing Protoss is reinforcing. Maybe is he going to push here? Is he going for an attack? EU4U sees this, sees that something's coming up. Storm coming. Let's see what happens here. Oh, the storms!
There's a
I can
huge
feel this
hit.
on my bones. I'm just dying to these storms. Nice storming from the Protoss. There's quite a few lurkers here. Let's see. Protoss can push this. There's not that
Also,
much.
just getting the storm treatment.
There's not that much army from Zerg, but I don't think Protoss can just push here.
Vlad's also just has casually double the supply of Zerg, so I don't
Yeah.
think Zerg has much of a chance of winning this anymore.
Yeah, looking pretty bad for the Zerg, indeed. But it's not over yet. Protoss can just
But the
go
Hydras
there and
managed to
take.
get a few goons.
Yeah. Without storms, goons are really vulnerable. Needs to back up with zealots and storms. He can maybe probably deny this vote from happening, which is bad for Zerg, of course. Let's see if Zerg can do something about this. Storm's coming up.
Ooh, and another storm going down.
Rams with storms, not a good idea.
Defending the Hydras the high ground.
So Protoss has what coming up? Zerg is on 3 bases right now.
Isn't that something like that if you're even on bases as a Zerg against Protoss, then you're behind?
Yes, yes, you should be. It's like at least +1 place compared to Protoss as Zerg. So if Protoss has 3 bases, you should have 4. So if you are even, it's really hard position because you cannot produce as fast as Protoss.
Yes.
So slowly Protoss can just overwhelm you.
The prime storm location right there.
The storms hurts my soul. Looking really scary for the Zerg right now. All these goons marching forward. Hydra's coming to
He's also
defend,
managing
but
to take out one of the hatcheries.
GG's gold.
And the GG ball.
Couldn't stop this push from happening anymore. Not enough forces for the Zerg to stop this. So Wlad taking the first game against River.
Yes, there'll also be a second one, although, if I recall correctly, there isn't any third one.
don't
I'm
spoil for
interested in
us.
seeing
I
if there will
hope.
be
I
an
hope. I hope.
unusual place in the next game.
I hope there's a third one. Don't spoil it. Spoil it for us. We are seeing this for the first time, so let's see what happens in the next one. We always hope there's 3 games that we get series, but let's see what is the case
Yeah, I'm not
with
gonna
this.
lie, 3 game series are usually a lot more fun than 2 game series.
Yeah, lots more exciting. So Vlad says he was actually scared on that game. Yeah, it really looks.
Oh?
As a Zerg player, it always looks in the middle of the game that it's so easy for Protoss. They just do storms, do goons and the zealots and march on, and you come across this huge toss ball you cannot defeat. The grass always looks greener on the
Yeah,
other
honestly,
side.
I also thought that Vlad was dominating the game, so I didn't expect him to say that he was scared.
Yeah, so Protoss can be scared too. This is new to me.
Mhm. First time hearing that the Protoss can know fear.
Yeah, good to know. That's a really good game. So on to the next one. The series Blood
Let's.
versus River, Game 2. I think looking at the replay, I think it looked like any of these players could have taken it. It didn't look. Of course, the Protoss look bit powerful, but not too much. Be doable for the Zerg in the second game. Let's see what happens here. Can
Also, the
River come
second
back?
game is on Dominator.
Yes, the 3-player map, the blue 3-player map. This map also been quite a while on the been quite a while for playable. Pretty familiar map to everyone at this point, I think. I personally like this map. Pretty cool map. Pretty easy
Well, it's
to
not a
get hang
bad map,
on.
although.
And there's 3 spawn spots, so it opens up
Yep.
for different ways of play.
Yeah, I remember that I heard something, I think it was on the Artosis cast, that 3-player maps are especially interesting because on 4-player maps you can split the map in two, but you can't exactly do that on the 3-player maps. If you do that, then one player has an advantage.
Yeah, and also according to build orders, uh, I've heard that it's actually better to do something cheesy on 3-player map than in a 2-player map where you know where the opponent is going to spawn.
Yeah, you have a higher chance of knowing where the opponent will be, although I guess that 2-player maps are most primed to cheesing.
Yeah, but I think this map in particular has a lot of like bases, manable bases compared to that it's a 3-player map. So it's a pretty big map, I think.
Yeah, that is true.
So here in the right position of the map, blue Protoss Wlad, and in the bottom, the Reserve River. Let's see what happens in this game. Can River overpower this blue Protoss here? Let's see what build orders they have in mind. Do they go for the standard play or do they perhaps try something else? As both races can
Well,
do
it
something
would be pretty
cheesy.
fun to see something else, as the first game was pretty standard.
Yeah, that happens a lot in PvC. It's standard,
And I'm always a
standard
big
games
sucker
after
for
standard game.
non-standard plays.
Yeah, they're pretty interesting to see and watch. There's so many ways you can play this game, although usually it's just the normal, like macro openers that occur, but there's so much and so many different build orders you can do in this game. It's insane. Anything can happen at this point.
But honestly, in StarCraft 1, I haven't really been able to cheese all that much, since my instinct over here is just leave units at home to defend. So, well, in StarCraft 2, since I played it a long time ago, my main strat was a battle cruiser rush. And I only won games through that. I was unable to micro or macro properly. That was pretty much the only thing I was able to do.
Yeah, yeah. I think StarCraft 2. It's been really long time since I played it. uh, it was maybe quite easier to do these weird builds compared to this. Maybe it's the skill level on this game that stops you from being too weird with the build orders.
Well, it is a much older game, so the skill level of the players being higher is to be expected.
Yeah. So we have a Warts opener from the Protoss and Overfull opener from the Zerg. So far looks standard from both sides.
Although I do think it would be pretty funny if Vlad went into a gate expand on the second game.
Yeah. But this is a safe and secure way to play this. Do a Warts, do a cannon, be secure, and do your Nexus and take up. So hatch from river, so looks pretty standard. Overpool into hatch. So nothing too weird going on right now. Overlord seeing the build.
For Vlad, it also seems pretty standard. A forge with a cannon in the building, but no Nexus building yet. Although he doesn't have the minerals for it.
So I think he's saving up the minerals for the Nexus. Maybe this probe coming to build it. Yeah, pretty nice timing. About to have the 400 minerals and the probe is here doing the Nexus. Nice timing. Meanwhile, Zerg, drone waiting for
Yes.
order to build the hatchery here. So 3 hats opener again for the Zerg versus Force opener. And there's the gate.
Vlad managing to scout the Zerg base pretty well.
Oh, I missed that. Was looking at other stuff.
The probe just got sniped because the drone turned around and shot it.
Oh, nice. So 2 cannons in the beginning. Maybe Pros wasn't sure how many links will come across, so did cannons just to be sure safe, and that's actually a good goal because there's much more additional circlings coming up. So making second cannon wasn't bad choice. It was really great choice here. So that sculling he with the probe really did pay off. Now I don't think Zerg can come
And the
here.
probe attacking the forge.
This is yes, this is a good question because I have seen some games I play where Protoss is attacking sometimes even the gateway, both the gateway and force with probes. I don't know why they do that. maybe Wlad can tell
Maybe
us,
just
why do
this
you do
mic
this?
or
Why do
like
you
that.
attack the porch? Is it just because you are bored on this part of the game and you just want something to do? Because I don't think there's too much to do in the beginning of the game for pros player. You just do probes, set up your build.
Well, that is
So
true,
it
but
somehow... Okay, this is new thing
somehow
to me.
I'm not
Somehow
actually
it
looking
helps
at the
you
chat.
from blocking links if you attack the building. Okay. That's
Okay,
interesting. Okay, now I know the
first
reason
time
for
hearing
that.
about that.
Yeah, I didn't know this either. Really interesting. I thought it's just okay if you just like hold position probe there, it's like secure. But maybe if you attack the building, it's even better somehow. I guess
Who
it's
manages to
as...
sneak a probe past the lanes?
So yeah, so you kind of mess with the AI. So that's why you attack the building. I see. That's interesting. That's something new and really interesting to learn. Thanks for the info, Vlad.
Yeah.
Because I just thought, uh, I just thought the Protoss players are just insane and attacking their own buildings because they are bored because they have nothing to do in the game at the beginning.
Yeah, that's also what I was thinking.
So you guys are not insane. You actually are doing it for purpose.
But being bored, at least from my perspective, wouldn't actually be all that reasonable, as when I'm playing a game, I just have massive paranoia about what's gonna happen next because I tend to play against Run and it's a C rank Zerg while I'm only an E rank Terran. So my armpits are literally wet from sweat when I'm playing because I don't know what's about to happen.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I have it sometimes too. Instead of like knowing what's happening or scouting or something, I'm just like in the dark and just fearful of what is coming next. And oh, is he going to attack? Am I in trouble? I don't need to do this and this, and you know.
Thing is, I scout at the beginning of the game at around 10 supply I send an SCV out, but after that I don't scan at all. Don't scan at all. Maybe if I remember to make an academy and a comm set, I'll scan the bases to see if anything new is happening. But outside of that, I just don't know anything what's going on.
Yeah, that's a terrible place to be at. That for me it happens too often. Being not quite sure what the enemy is doing.
Ooh, manages to fit the links through the cannon.
Nice! Sling run by. Let's see what these guys can do here. Being on the base only helps, causing some chaos on top side. Cannon coming here. Needed to stop mining for a while. That's good. So river forced reaction from Wlad here. Getting these links in the base. Even one link still alive. Now it's dying. Rope's doing the good work here. Who needs zealots? Army of
Rivers
Rogues
also
easily
evolves in
defeats army
hydraulic
Zergs.
speed.
So he hasn't taken anything yet. Or is it finished? I missed that. Spire coming up.
I was just wondering that I saw the Stargate, but I didn't see the Corsair. It seems to already be in the Zerg base.
Yeah. So for Zerg, it's kind of standard 5-hatch play. Although he has, I think he has 4 hatcheries right now. Some Hydras. Of more Zerg getting Soul or 2 here.
Vlad also moving out with 3 zealots, probably for scouting or just to harass the third.
Yeah. Maybe can even do some damage with these cells as there is
And
just 3
Vlad
links
manages
here.
to get a supply block on the river.
Yeah, killing the revolvers helps a lot. It's really annoying to be supply blocked as Zerg. Really delays it.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. You lot at least have the luxury of moving your supply depots around. That seems to be doing pretty standard. Researching Firestorm.
It's coming up. Attack upgrade. Tellar Storm coming up. Protoss preparing his tech for the next phase of the game.
Zerg also just made a spire, but I don't see a single air unit.
Yeah, he can. It's good to have. You can add properly. There's a skirt. There's some good skirts for possible shares, but you can add meters
Yes,
later
yeah,
to snipe some high
I see 2
templars.
Scourges on the map.
Yeah, it's good. It's good building to have for later stages of the game.
Well, Zerg flyers are just generally good to have, no matter at what point of the game you are.
Yeah, good strong units. Skirts is flying here to see what's going on in the base. We have 2 High Templar here. Waiting for the storm.
Zerg also researching lurker aspect.
Yes, waiting for that and maybe going for some timed. Maybe even try to contain here, perhaps after the aspect is complete.
Could be quite possible. We're nearing the 10-minute mark after all.
Yeah, so the timing for the Berg aspect is 1 point before the 10-minute mark. Really nailing the build order here. 6th hat, hatchery coming up. Forcing.
So one thing I noticed about how Vlad plays, in the north of his base he just makes a pylon square.
Yeah, so we can call this flat pylon square. Now, robotics coming up for Wlad. This solely going down for sure. Maybe even blocking the Zerg again. Not quite supply blocked. Close. If he gets his second one, Zerg is going to be
After
supply
the second
blocked.
Overlord, most likely.
Yeah, these Hydras can defend, and there's
Ooh.
actually
move them.
causing some damage here, and we have no vision here, so he could kill quite a lot of drones here. Oh my god. Not a fun position to be as a Zerg. Overlord soon popping up. You can see this Dark Templar. He managed to save almost every one of the drones. replacing some of the dead drones. Nice. And the Dark Templar goes down too. Very nice. Good defend from River here. The Dark Templar didn't do that much damage.
My headset just died, so I had to switch that real quickly.
Okay. I can hear it now.
What's the proper button for that shit? Fucking hell, still no sounds.
I can hear you. Your voice is sounding clearly. Some lurkers morphing here. Rebels hanging around in front of the base. Templars coming. Zerg having a nice amount of lurkers and hydras here. Let's see what happens next. Protoss is moving forward. Let's see what his plan is here. Is he going for some attack? He has 3 Templars on this army, so there's quite many storms. I think it's 4 storms now on this army. I'm not that great on math. So preparing Japan, seeing this little push coming up here. Meanwhile, for those taking the third, sorry. But I don't think Protoss can really go through this right now. So many lurkers holding this ramp position here. Really nice. Some hydras rotating around, maybe searching for something to attack, or just preparing to surround this army. Maybe, I don't think you can go here, there's quite many storms. Let's see what these hydras are up to. Ooh, he's trying to rotate around. Maybe he can even do a little attack here. There's only 1 Templar and 2 Templars and 1 Storm. 2 storms actually on this Templar. So I don't think these Hydras can go there and attack. But maybe here the squad is closing on the 3rd position. Maybe they can do something here, but the army is coming back to defend this. Can he deny this 3rd? I don't think so. Good attempt though. Really nice attempt. Protoss army reaching here and stopping this really nice attempt. Rotating all around from here. Find this 3rd base completely bare. Protoss moving out. Zerg moving out with his army now. As the Protoss army got a bit out of the position. So he can move here now. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, the Lurgus trying to surround his army. Hunters on the other side, Lurgus in the middle of the army. Kind of. The storms. Oh, this hurts my eyes. Oh my god, the storms are doing a great job here. Killing so many of those lurkers. Oh my god. Storm is such a good unit to have on your army composition. There's only Hydras left now to fight this army. We're just reinforcing. I hope we get Cinders back. He seems to be disappeared now, having some sound issues. I hope we get him back soon. Scary looking Brothers army chasing down these few hunters here. More lurkers
Ah.
morphing. Hello, are you with us?
Yes, my headset died and I had to quickly switch from whatever I had. Yeah, and I just so happened to pick a, well, let's just say a pass on a wire, and mic didn't appear to be working, so I had to reset Discord again.
Alright, nice.
But I'm back again.
Nice. Good to have you back. We are just seeing, we had some clashing here on the middle of the map. And now
Yeah, I
Zerg
saw
dropped
that.
down.
I also counted that there were exactly 14 lurkers. They were absolutely splattered into ketchup.
Yes, they were slaughtered by the storms. That hurt my Zerg soul to see. Storm is such a OP unit. Just my opinion. Now pretty scary looking army coming here, but Zerg has a lot too, so I don't think Protoss can just that easily march here. How many stars we have? We have one injured High Templar here. Is that all? Okay, so I don't think Protoss should be able to.
Case.
We need more stars to run the push this. There's so many Hydras.
Oh,
Oh my god. You managed to do quite a lot of damage with just one storm.
yeah, he managed to do quite well with that one storm.
Yeah. So
I
let's see.
sadly didn't count how many Hydras got killed by that single storm.
There was a lot of blood. For sure. So Zerg is getting the fort up right now, and Protoss he's still on the free bases. Let's see what is the tech situation here. No hive tech coming from the Zerg yet. Let's get this fort up and running first. Protoss going for another attack here, maybe. I'm not sure if he knows about this location here. Maybe not, as he's pushing for the third. Lurkers getting out the position. Let's see what happens here.
Versus lurkers in, and
Oh!
whips with the storm.
Go, my Hydras, go! Push! Nice! Goons are not
And
good
I think the
against
Hydras are going to
Hydras.
clear that army.
Yes!
At
We
least it
were
appears to be so.
pushing this first back. And this High Templar here dying. Yes, Night Note.
In the meantime, Vlad's also setting up his own fourth base. Although
Oh,
this is a
Saddle with
mineral
4
lumber
units goes down. Yes, nice note from the chat by Ronin. Zerg fighting for his life with over 300 APM. Playing like a Korean Gosu right now. Spamming that keyboard. Producing, macroing, fighting. Really nice to see.
Vlad also fully set up his fourth base. It's up and mining and defended. Also getting his macro back together.
Yeah, if he gets this base functioning, it's going to do great things for him. I mean, slowly starting to mine out. Protoss is mined out on main natural, and I don't see a fort coming up, so pretty soon Protoss is only mining on the third base. And there's not that much bank, so let's see what happens.
Oh yes, that's actually a very good point.
Yeah. So maybe River can squish out the production of Protoss. Let's see what happens.
It'd be a shame if after such a game, Vlad lost just to a lack of minerals.
Yeah.
Snipe the Templar.
Well, as long as their energy on these Templars, Protoss is not going to lose. And the army is quite big. Oh, he has a fort. This little mining base in front of the main base. So
Yeah,
he
but
has-
that's a mineral only base.
Yeah.
Well, he has still quite a bit of Vespene on his simulators, so I guess that it's not really gonna be a problem.
Yeah, let's see if Sir can get on this. The
I
army
didn't
is
mention
quite
that he
bit
set
far
up
away
his
here.
fort in front of.
Yeah. Protoss is coming for attack this natural now.
Ooh,
There's
also quite a few
please
zealots
don't
dying in that
storm
one storm
here.
over there. Oh,
This is so squished. Oh, let's see what happens.
Massive
Some-
storms all over
Oh
the
my
place.
god! Oh, the storms hurt so
Oh.
much. Oh my god! Man, these units are so
Ah, the
strong.
storms absolutely annihilating the Zerg
Oh
forces.
my god! The whole army dying. Oh my god! These guys morphing the Archons doing a big job here. Very nice storms from Wlad. Oh my god! What a massacre! 3 goons.
Oh yeah, so
An Archon surviving
this is why
battle.
Storm is definitely a balanced ability.
Really nice battle, I think. Both lost so much. Now
Oh,
Protoss
Yeah.
reinforcing. But Zerg has fourth. He has good income. He's still on the game. No worries in the world. 3 more lurkers, more hydras. We don't see high tech yet. We see.
honestly, for 20 minutes into the game, I'm still surprised that Zerg only has 2 carapace, and I think for the rest 0-0. And Tas only has 1 armor and 3 attack. Well, 3 attack is not all that bad.
There's Saddle coming for the fort with 2 High Templars. Let's see what this. Did Zerg see this?
Vlad also seems to be trying to take 2 bases at once, expanding to the north.
He's getting the shuttle with this Scourges. At least I think so. Yes, the shuttle going down. Little battle going here. In the middle of north location. Oh, those forces moving out here. Zerg moving out on here at the bottom side. Might be a while. Protoss is going on the north. Let's see what happens.
I do think that Zerg will be managed to clear the Vlad's full third out, if not just massively hurt his economy in
So
the
he's going for the natural.
Yes, it does appear to be so. Oh, and another storm going down.
Storms.
Discouraging the
Storms.
Hydras from attacking. Oh,
Oh my god!
massive
Just a
storms
few-
going on.
Few High Templars clearing this whole thing out. Who even needs an army when you have High
Absolutely
Templars? Oh my
frying
god!
those Hydras.
Oh my god! The storms. Black clearing this push out.
Those were amazing storms over there.
GG!
GGs.
Those were GG worth of storms. Oh my god. Man, this unit right here. Oh my god, what to say? This single unit has so much power in this matchup. Oh my god. Like, he had few Templars here and cannons and few army and just whole army gone. Oh my god. But it was a nice.
That's why Storm is definitely a fair and balanced ability.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really nice attack at them from River. You could try go there. But oh my god. Protoss just being Protoss and clearing this out. Well played from Wlad. taking this series 2-0.
Yes, very well played indeed.
But I think still these both players were pretty equal. Really nice games. Just this time, Protoss
Indeed, they
managed to
were.
take it all home, win the game.
Although I do think that Zerg was ahead in this game, if not for the fact that Protoss just managed to storm so many units with the High Templar, then it could have easily just turned around.
Yeah. Take a look at his guy here, guys. River 320 APM. He really fought for his life. Oh my god. Nice. Really brilliant games, guys.
Also,
What a
I'm just
series.
looking at structures, and there were no structures raised in this game, although there was one structure lost by Vlad. I'm surprised that in such a long game, absolutely no structures were lost.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. It's really interesting. So only units died, no structures harmed in this game, in this series. Thanks for tuning in, guys, for the streams, and these were really interesting games. Both very good series. And I think now it's slowly start to end the stream, and if you hang on, guys, I can see here if I will rate some other stream if you guys hold on. I have this first time I do that, but thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for joining me and watching this, and thanks Cinders for co-casting with me. That's a pleasant
Yeah, it was a
cast.
pleasure to co-cast with you. It was very fun games, amazing to watch, and I'll hope to co-cast with you again.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable, really great fun to cast with you. Let's see if we get another chance some other day. Definitely. And thanks
And I'll
again.
slowly be going. It's also starting to get a bit late over here. See you guys next time.
See you next time. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for the cast.
Thank you very much for having me here.
So let's see if you can rate someone. Trying to figure this out. How I do this. Is there any familiar? Player streaming. Okay, let's rate. Night Cat, let's go there. So thank you guys, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, we will have more cats coming from StarCraft EU channel. And next time there is next week we will have Race Wars games casted. I'm sure of that. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for joining. Till next time.